Ohai. Yokohama, the largest seaport of Japan, the administrative center of the prefecture of Kanagawa. The square of the city makes 437.38 km. The population minus 3,709,686 people. On August 1, 2014. Population density minus 8,481.61 people/km. Name: Yokohama. Literally means the horizontal beach. The present territory surrounded with the Meta Park, the Zoka River and the Nakamura River was the gulf separated by a sandy shallow from the high sea. This sandy shallow was the fishing village of Yokohama. As the sandy strip acted perpendicularly from the earth, or is horizontal if to look from the sea, it was called the horizontal beach. Geographical location: Yokohama is located on the west bank of Tokyo Bay, in 30 kilometers to the southwest from Tokyo, with which it is connected iron and highways and also streets of Kawasaki. The climate is subtropical oceanic, soft thanks to coastal location of the city. Average temperature of year is 16-17 C. Average temperature in January and August according to 5.6 C and 26.4 C. The annual amount of precipitation reaches 1613, and the maximum falls on June and September, respectively 190 and 213. Rains, clouds and the sun are characteristic of weather conditions of Yokohama, though in the winter surprisingly sunny. Winter temperatures seldom fall below zero, and the summer can seem quite warm because of influence of humidity. The coldest temperature was recorded on January 24, 1927, when temperature was reached 8.2 C, whereas in the hottest day, on August 11, 2013, temperature reached 37.4 C. The greatest monthly amount of precipitation was recorded in October 2004, 761.5 m. History: the city was founded in 1858 by association of two small villages, Yokohama and Kanagawa, which inhabitants were engaged in agriculture and fishery. Then construction of the port capable to accept foreign commercial vessels began. There was the international settlement, where as exterritoriality there lived foreigners. It was located in regions of Kane and Yamate. Here even some kind of contact language, the Yokohama Japanese pidgin, is known as the Yokohama dialect. Serving for communication between foreigners and Japanese was created. I disappeared by 1910 years. Thanks to the fact that Yokohama became the most important point of contact between Japan and the outside world, here for the first time in Japan many innovations appeared. In particular, in Yokohama for the first time in Japan began to bake bread. Originally, for residents of the foreign settlement. In 1865 the Japan's first ice cream bar opened here, and in 1872 Yokohama became the first city of Japan which received gas street lighting. Also in 1872 the Japan's first railroad Tokyo-Yokohama began to work. In 1880 the Yokohama Specie Bank was created here, further become one of the largest banks of the Japanese Empire. Within the next 2 decades Yokohama became one of the largest ports of the Japanese islands, and in 1889 its number reached 122,000 inhabitants. Construction of a water supply system, 1887. An electrification of the city, 1890. Became considerable success in development of city infrastructure. One of the most drama events for all history of the city was the powerful earthquake in 1923, during which about 20,000 people died, lay in ruins, as 60,000 buildings are burned. 3 towers of Yokohama by miracle survived. Thanks to great efforts of the authorities and inhabitants, the city was restored by the end of 1929. In 1931, works on a supply of the dry earth were carried out to the mouth of the Tsurumi River, on which many industrial facilities were constructed subsequently. During World War II, on April 18, 1942, during the Little's raid, 2 B-25 bombers of the United States Air Force dropped the first bombs on Yokohama. In 1945, the USA conducted several massive bombings of Yokohama, as a result of which the city seriously was damaged. Then more than 14,000 people died and about 80,000 buildings were destroyed. In 1998, the International Stadium, which hosted the final of the FIFA World Cup in 2002, was opened here. Since 2009, there takes place the Yokohama Women's Marathon here. Economy. Yokohama is a large shopping center of the district of Big Tokyo. The city has the strong economic basis presented by generally marine transport and also the biotechnological and semiconductor industries. It's the large center of shipbuilding. There are 2 large shipbuilding enterprises executing military orders and belonging to the Japan Marine United Company, Tsurumi and IC. Science and education. The Yokohama State University is founded in 1949. The public elementary and high schools are under authority of the city of Yokohama. There are 9 public high schools which are under authority of council by training of the city of Yokohama, and a number of the public high schools which are under authority of council by training of the prefecture of Kanagawa. Culture and sites. In Yokohama remained very many monuments of architecture of the European type of the beginning of the 20th century, which are the certificate of an era of modernization of Japan and its contacts with the outside world. In the settlement, which was foreign, made several mansions of the European type are open for visit. The foreign cemetery and 2 churches, Roman Catholic Cathedral of the Holy Heart of Jesus and Anglican Church of Christ, remained. In the downtown, the Memorial Hall of Opening of the Port of Yokohama, built in the European style in memory of the 50th anniversary of opening of the Port of Yokohama, is located. Around the old port, transformed to public space warehouses, port warehouses of the beginning of the 20th century, remain so-called Krasnokirpichny. Popular site is also Chinatown, which is considered one of the biggest Chinatowns in the world. Despite city youth, in Yokohama there is also a traditional Japanese garden, Sankian. It is founded in 1906. At the end of the 20th century in Yokohama, the business and tourist area Minatomiri 21 was created, the main attraction of which is the Tower of Yokohama Landmark Tower. The most important museums of the city: Museum of Art of Yokohama and the Prefecture Museum of Cultural History of Kanagawa. Besides them, in the city there is a large number of the specialized museums, including the Museum of Trams, the Museum of Silk, the Museum of Ramen and others. The Historical Archive of Yokohama also has a museum exposition. In Yokohama on the Eternal Parking, 2 ships museums, the educational Nippon Mara sailing vessel and a liner set to Yokohama. Population. Yokohama is the second largest city in Japan on population and the most densely populated municipality of Japan. The population of the city makes 3,709,686 people on August 1, 2014. And density minus 8,481.61 people/km. Change of population from 1980 to 2005. 1980 2,773,674 man. 1985 2,992,926 man. 1990 3,220,331 men. 1995 3,307,136 man. 2000 3,426,651 men. 2005 3,579,628 man. The foreign population of Yokohama, numbering 92139 people, includes Chinese, Koreans, Filipinos and Vietnamese. Also far. Write comments. Read comments. Interesting people will tell interesting stories. All of good mood and good luck.